Hey YouTube world, this is BCly87 and I'm back to let you into my Robinhood investing portfolio. Now today is Friday, July 24th. The market's still open and it's been quite the week for stock market investors. So what I wanted to do for today's video is dive into the moves that I made to my portfolio throughout the week, starting Monday, July 20th till today. So before I do that, shout out to everyone subscribed to the BCly87 channel, and a thank you to everyone currently watching today's video. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to spend just a few minutes with me as I dive into my Robinhood investment portfolio. If you're not subscribed yet, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified the next time I drop another video. Also, smash that like button and be sure to share this video with your friends and your family. Lastly, if you're not investing in the stock market using the Robinhood app, click the link in the description box to download the Robinhood app, create a profile, get your first stock free, and start investing in the stock market on your very own. With all that said, let's check out the current value of my stock portfolio. So right now, the value is $5,736. As of today, the portfolio is down $46. For the week, the portfolio is up $28. For the month, the portfolio is up $174. For the past 3 months, the portfolio is up $470. And for the past year, the portfolio is up $53. So now let's go ahead and check out some of the moves that I made throughout this week. So we're going to scroll down to July 20th, which was Monday. And as you can see, we started off the week with me selling my shares of Disney. I sold the 2 shares that I held, and the total was $236. Now, I sold Disney because a while back they cut their dividend. Also, the parks, as far as opening, it's really uncertain, especially during this current pandemic. So due to the dividend being cut and the uncertainty of the park closures, I decided I'm just going to go ahead and take my profits, because when I originally purchased Disney, I bought it for $83. I bought it a little earlier this year, back in March, during that first dip. So I took advantage. I bought 2 shares, $83 a piece, and I went ahead and I sold my 2 shares at $118. And again, I sold them because they cut their dividends and because we're just not quite sure as far as Disney, how they're going to be doing, especially with their parks being closed. Now, although it kind of pained me to sell Disney because the profit, as far as the price, the profits were good, but me as a dividend investor, I had to get rid of it in order to buy some more stocks that were still paying their dividends, because like I always say, collecting dividends, that's the name of the game. At least for me, I want that passive income. So I started off the week by selling Disney. Now, what I did with some of those profits is I bought 3 shares of MSM, which is MSM, which is MSC Industrial Direct. I bought those 3 shares because MSM is actually a very safe dividend, and I wanted to add that to my portfolio in order to receive those dividend payments. Let's see. Next, what I did was I purchased 2 shares of AT&T. As you can see, I purchased 2 shares of AT&T at $29 per share. Let's see. After that, what I did was I used fractional shares to buy $3 into Hercules Capital, ticker symbol HTGC. Again, I just used my fractional shares, which is the feature on my Robinhood, to buy $3 into HTGC. So that's what I did on the 20th. And then on the 21st, I decided to share my position in AGNC. So now, although AGNC is a monthly paying dividend stock, and it actually was the biggest position that I held in my stock portfolio. The thing about it though is just the dividend. It was too risky, and so much so that the dividend was actually decreased a few months back. I think it went from 15 cents a share to 12 cents a share. And in addition to that, it was also like the biggest loss within my portfolio. So just as far as my position that I held in the AGNC and the company, as far as my average cost, it was just below what the current value was at the. I'm sorry, my position that I had, it was higher than the current value of AGNC. So I think I was probably down like $80 or so. And it's just, it was just too risky as far as the price was just too unstable. And although I was receiving a monthly dividend for the company, I just decided to go ahead and move on because it was too risky, and I would rather put that money into more stable companies and just receive their dividends. So this was really more so just about, trying to rebalance and structure my portfolio so it can be a lot safer, at least when it comes to the dividends, in addition to the capital gains. So I had to make the tough decision of selling AGNC, but it's all good because I took that $718 and, like Disney, I just dispersed it amongst much higher quality companies. So let's see some of the companies that I bought. Now, Bank of America was one of the companies. I purchased 4 shares of Bank of America at $24.35. Bank of America, their dividend is actually still pretty good. Unlike Wells Fargo, because Wells Fargo cut their dividend, Bank of America is still paying their dividend, and their dividend has been known to grow at a pretty fast rate. And even as far as the shares that I currently have in Bank of America, by purchasing these new 4 additional shares, I'm actually still up in the price. So as far as the capital gain, so I thought that was a pretty good investment to get into, buying more Bank of America. Let's see, what I did next was I bought another share of MSM. That one share was $66.73. Again, it's a pretty safe dividend, so I bought that. After that, I purchased A.O. Smith, ticker symbol AOS. I bought 2 shares of AOS at $51 a share, and this is a pretty safe dividend, so I went ahead and I invested in 2 shares of AOS. Next, I purchased 2 shares of Rexford Industrial Realty, ticker symbol REXR. I bought 2 shares of it, 2 shares at $41.19. Again, this is a more stable dividend, so I purchased 2 shares of that. Okay, next, we got Starbucks. Everyone knows Starbucks. Starbucks is a coffee giant. It's global. I purchased 1 share of Starbucks at $76. Their dividend's pretty safe, and I also feel like Starbucks still has room to grow, so I purchased that not only for the safe dividend, but for the growth potential, because I feel like Starbucks still has a long way to go. Let's see. After that, I then purchased 3 shares of UGI. UGI has a pretty safe dividend as well. My 3 shares I purchased at $33 per share, so I got that for the portfolio. Let's see. Next, we got Hormel, ticker symbol HRL. I purchased 2 shares of Hormel. The 2 shares were $49 a piece, so I purchased those. Let's see. After that, Comcast. I purchased 2 shares of Comcast, ticker symbol CMCSA. I purchased these 2 shares at $42. Comcast. Again, it's a global brand. The dividend is pretty safe, pretty secure, and I feel like there's still some growth potential for Comcast, so I went ahead and I bought that. And let's see, lastly, on July the 21st, I used fractional shares just to put $8 into VU, the Vanguard ETF. Yeah, so I just use my fractional shares just to put the $8 into that. And I believe it's just $8 for just like the remaining buying power that I had. So rather than let it sit in my, just sit as far as in the portfolio, I just went ahead and I invested that into VU. Now, after that, on July 23rd, I bought 2 shares of Pfizer. The 2 shares of Pfizer's that I purchased, they are going for $38 per share. And little tidbit, just for something, just a little something for you to put in your back pocket. Pfizer just recently received $1.9 billion to produce a vaccine, for the current pandemic, and they have by this year's end. So again, I'm just putting that, I'm just throwing that out there for you to, kind of put in your back pocket. If you don't already hold some shares of it, maybe you might want to put Pfizer on your watch list. Maybe you might want to do a little bit of research on Pfizer. I have done a video and I've, kind of covered Pfizer just a few videos back. So you might want to go through the BClaw87 channel to find the video that I did on pharmaceutical companies that will benefit as far as, during these current times. And I predicted Pfizer would be one of those. And as of 2 days ago, again, it was announced that Pfizer is going to, they just received $1.9 billion to produce a vaccine. So do what you want to do with that. And me personally, I will steadily add to my position in Pfizer. Let's see. After that, we got Bank of America. I used the fractional shares feature to invest $21 into Bank of America. So it was not enough for a full share, but I was able to get at least a majority of a share, because I believe right now Bank of America is going for $24. So I just put $21 into it. And again, I use my fractional shares feature. Let's see. Then we have Hercules Capital, ticker symbol HTGC. I use fractional shares to invest $4 into Hercules Capital. Again, I think this was just a little remaining money that I had of buying power. So I just went ahead and I threw $4 into Hercules Capital. And the last move that I made July 23rd, which was yesterday, was just, again, using fractional shares to put $4 into VU. This is the Vanguard ETF. I just put $4 into it. Again, just because rather than having money just sitting there in the buying power, I'd rather actually just invest it into one of the companies that I hold. So yeah, those were the moves that I made throughout this week. Again, as I mentioned, I sold my Disney shares and I sold my AGNC shares, and I just used that money to disperse that amongst what I feel are more stable companies. And it's just all about, restructuring the portfolio, taking the new information as it comes, using that, to my best ability. And I just really want to be able to invest in companies that I believe are more stable, have growth potential, and what I feel the dividend will be safe. And speaking of dividends, let's just go ahead and check out 4 pending dividends that I have at the moment. As you can see, July the 31st, SPHD, the ETF, will be paying me $1.50. AT&T will be paying me $8.32 on August the 3rd. Let's see, New, which is a New Core, they're going to be paying me 47 cents on August the 11th. And Hormel will be paying me 23 cents on August 17th. Those are the 4 pending dividends that I have right now. So that concludes today's video. I just thank you for taking the time to, check out this video. What I want you to do is just to, check out the rest of the BClaw87 channel. I have a few videos where I just talk about a multitude of just everything stock market investing. I give a couple videos where I examine, a few particular companies a bit more detailed. And just overall, like I always say, you want to basically figure out a way to make your money work for you, and investing in the stock market is definitely the name of the game. When you invest in a good company, when that company wins, you're also going to win. That's the capital gains portion. And when you invest in stable companies that pay their shareholders dividends, again, that just goes back to the win-win. Their profits become your profits. And what I want to do ultimately is just be able to collect monthly and quarterly dividends and just be able to use that just to maintain my way of life. So with all of that said, I want to say thank you for rocking out with me, checking out today's video on the BClaw87 channel. Subscribe to the page if you're not subscribed already. If you are subscribed, I love you. I really appreciate you sticking with me. Hit that bell notification to be notified next time I drop a video. And again, if you do not have Robinhood on your app, click the link in the description box, download the Robinhood app, create your profile, and get your very first stock for free. And you can start investing in the stock market on your very own. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoy your weekend and you have a blessed day. Peace.